When it comes to politics, though, the only thing that absolutely triggers me is when people think that political beliefs mean nothing. When they're just like, it's just, what, you're going to judge me for my belief? It's like, yeah, like the things that you vote for, the people you support have impacts on the world.
So, boys, topic right now for you boys, man. Why is religion and politics a no-go in conversations? Why do people say like those? There's that saying like, "Oh, at the dinner table you don't talk religion or politics." Like, why is that a thing? Like, why can't you could be at a bar or with your friends or meet somebody for the first time or whatever and can't talk politics or religion? Why is this our no-go conversations? Is it because people don't know how to speak about it without putting their feelings in it or involved? Like, what is it?
I think feelings has a lot to do with it. Like, just people feel a certain type of way, especially at the dinner table. Like, you get into a big enough argument, I probably don't even want to eat anymore after I argue like that. Like, if I get into a big argument and I'm like, I probably won't even eat. Yeah, I feel you, but I'm just so like, my gut gets riled up too. I'm like, like I don't know. When I get mad, if I talk about something passionate, I think I remember one time me and Pucho went to a Buffalo Wild Wings and we argued about religion when I was still a Christian, when I still believed in like Christianity and I really was giving a fuck about Jesus. And that shit pissed me off. I should not have talked to him about religion that day.
I don't remember this.
That got you that mad?
I was so tight.
I remember one time Doe hit me with because I wasn't religious, he told me I had no morals. He basically said I was a terrible person. I was like, really? Like, I treat everybody respectfully. I honor my parents. Like, I'm the most religious guy there is. I just don't follow the teaching. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, you have no fucking morals. Damn. I'm like, he's like, I got morals. I'm like, what do you mean you have morals? He's like, I'm religious. Like, he just has them. Like, it's just like.
This is where we need a supercut of all the sexually deviant shit Doey said in the last 20 episodes.
Facts.
I've got morals.
Cocks.
That shit is crazy. But no, I don't. I think it's weird. Like people, like even adults, like we really can't say like, oh, I think that religion is this, or politic wise, like, oh, Republicans, Democrats, liberals, like why? I just don't understand like why it becomes such a heated conversation where people like where now it's like a known thing not to talk about. I think that shit is fucking whack. Because then that just stops any other conversation. You know what I mean? Like, oh, because you feel so uncomfortable, can't have the conversation. All right, then then just shut your mouth and don't talk then. Or like, I just don't understand like why is that a thing? Like, why do we have to stop a whole conversation topic just because blah can't deal with it?
I don't think that it's because necessarily people can't deal with it. I think that it's things are just so divided now. Like politically, like people that are on the left, people on the right, there is this loss of ability to negotiate and reach across the aisle. Everything is absolutes. And you can point out hypocrisy on both sides to some extent. I do tend to think that the right wing tends to be a little bit more hypocritical with some of their shit, but I think that's because they're tied into religion. And I think religion is very hypocritical. But I mean, this is why I can't talk religion with random people, because I don't disrespect religion, but I've got a lot of issues with the way that people pass judgment and things, on hypocritical things and in general. And religion is just a way to judge people, basically. That's the tenet of most of the major religions, at least.
It's a big way that I feel about religion now. I mean, some religions better than others. I feel like I've better, I've always been fond of Judaism and Muslims. Very nice. I think a lot of their stuff is very loving, especially when you look at there's a lot of different Muslims. There's Sunnis, and there's a lot of different type of Muslim and Judaisms, and I think some of their practices and religions are very beautiful. Like they're doing Ramadan right now, so they wait until sundown to eat. Stuff like that is fasting, and stuff like that is commendable. When I see people doing it, I'm like, okay, this is something that I could probably get down with. Just like Lent, people give up something that they like, and I think these things, these challenges, are good for yourself. Like,
So wait, you don't have a religion then?
no, I don't. I used to be Christian in a Christian cult.
So you used
But, but yeah,
That's
now
funny.
they'll call me a fucking apostate because I'm like a rebel.
apostate or prostate? What did you say?
It's
He
like
said a prostate. That's where you get your cancer at. And
yeah,
So it's the little thing you poke.
basically.
it's
Instant
poking?
ejaculation. He's a prostate. It's in your It's in your booty hole.
the
No,
male
I-
G spot, Tony.
No, I know. I just thought he said prostate. I was just like, wait, what?
Yeah, basically, I'll be
Oh.
like banned from coming into any church and stuff like that.
So
because
you went from Jehovah to
to Nahova.
to Nohova now.
No
Wow.
over nigga.
Damn.
No over nigga.
Jigga would be offended. By you. That's what I'm saying.
Murder. Jesus.
Gotta throw that in there some way somehow. Yeah,
I need
yeah.
to find that video. I need to find that video.
It's like the first thing me and Pucho really sat and laughed at for like a really time.
Doe's like, yeah. Jay-Z's the devil. Watch this YouTube video. I was like,
Is
I
that
was
how that
like,
went
what?
down?
He's a devil worshiper. He's
I was
part of the
really-
Illuminati. Like he's 666, the all-seeing eye. I was like, oh my god. Yeah.
Some could say I'm the hipster of fucking watching these conspiracy theory movies. I used to watch them shit like blockbuster films on YouTube.
Dude, that fucking one with the chicken wire and the concrete blocks and the dude setting the fire in the middle. There was one like that you made me watch where it was like, see, steel beams won't melt.
What?
He had like lighter fluid and a chicken coop wire and some bricks, and he lit it on fire. He's like, see, it's still standing.
Yo, dope. I thank God you never put me on none of these conspiracy videos. Oh my God.
Yo, it was me and my brother and like my friends. It was like, yeah. I remember when I used to, I watched a video where they said that we got here from Mars. Mars is like a failed project. We came from Mars, we landed here, started fucking shit up. I was like, oh, this is real.
Damn. I didn't know you was one of those people.
Yeah.
That's fucking
I was very
crazy.
open. I was very open as a child, which is why I did a lot of drugs when I shouldn't have done any drugs. I was just very out there.
I know this is a bit of a deviation from the topic, but what's worse? The people that are so open that they're
Let
willing to
everything
listen to everything and ingest everything, and maybe over time they're gonna have a lot of ridiculous views, but whatever. Or just the people who just don't care about nothing and they just go through life never thinking about anything.
I think that one is better than the other one. In my opinion, I find a lot of people who believe in like conspiracy theories to be a little unstable. Like it's a red flag for sure. Now, when I talk to people, I'm like, "Oh, you believe in?"
I was gonna say that person that's going through life not caring about anything. He's probably not climbing the clock tower with his sniper rifle or anything. He's probably never gonna get to that point. He doesn't care enough to do that.
What if you could be both? Just certain conspiracy theories you just don't give a fuck about, or
I think I think if you intake it as like junk food, which is what it is. It's just like junk food, UFOs. Ooh, little spooky lights in the water. What are they? Who knows? Yeah, like I love junk food. Like that's cool, but as long as we know that it's junk food.
is it?
The problem is once you buy into one thing, like if a conspiracy requires you to think the government is against you, they're out to get you, they'll hide anything, they'll do anything, then every single action that you see the government take, there's always an ulterior way to look at it. Like, what are they trying to hide here? What's the real thing? And anything that anyone proposes is now more believable than reality. Because they could just say, yeah, the government is doing make-believe thing, and then you're like, well, yeah, that's way more possible than whatever just actually happened, right? So it's like your brain starts to rot. These people are fucking crazy.
So the government made some shit where it could make clouds and shit. Now everyone thinks they can just control the weather anywhere in the world. I'm like, what? They're sending thunderstorms to China.
I wonder why.
Do you remember when they were talking about nuking the hurricane to see if that would stop it or not? There was a hurricane like 5 years ago or something. They were talking about like, would nukes stop a hurricane? Was one of the fucking news stories I saw.
No, they got a machine that can control the weather.
A nuclear bomb would have to have some impact on the hurricane for sure.
It'd make them way more awful. They'd be like a nuclear wasteland now.
Yeah, that's
I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of force coming out. The temperature is gonna automatically change. The temperature gets hotter than the sun in the middle of a nuclear bomb. Like something has to happen to the weather. I'm not saying it's gonna destroy the hurricane. I'm saying I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. It'd be interesting.
I think it might make it stronger. You ever see Sharknado? You take a shark, you add it to a hurricane, to a tornado, it gets way worse. You take a bomb, you add it to a hurricane, it's gonna get way worse.
That is ridiculous.
The nuke-nado.
All right. So we've gotten very far.
Yeah,
we've got very far from the top.
Wait, so Tony, in your ideal, do you talk politics or religion with your coworkers? Would you want to?
Yeah, I've had
Really?
plenty of politics, and there at my job, there are Trump supporters.
Is this in general? Is this in general? Is this like every coworker you would talk this with, or is there a level of comfort first before you start talking that way?
I can have this conversation with anybody. If it comes to a point where it's like oh no, like gets aggressive, I'd be like, all right, like you win. Like I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? Like, especially at my job, right? I'm not gonna get into a heated argument about it. But yeah, I've conversations like, you know, people at my job believe in Trump and fucking think that the vaccine's a big joke and the COVID's a conspiracy. Like, there's people at my job that think like that, you know? And I asked them, we've gone into conversations to a certain extent, like, you know what I mean? Because it's still my job. But randos or somebody at the bar, or you bring one of your friends over and we have a conversation when they just happen to go into religion or politics, yeah, I'll dabble. I'm not, and I don't know a lot about politics either, right? I'm not really, like, Pucho's like really, you guys are like really like, y'all know more about politics than me and Doughboy for sure. But yeah, like I don't mind dabbling in conversations with people about it. People just, I feel like some people, and it don't even have to be politics or religion. I feel like there's some topics that some people just feel a certain way and they don't want nothing to do with it. But okay, but like if you're in a group settings, we can still talk about it. Just if it bothers you that bad that you can't even hear it, damn, like that shit to me is like, fuck. So what do you like? You know what I mean? It's just weird. And I also think it's not even healthy, like in a way either, right? Like if you can't talk politics with somebody or have a conversation about it, I think that like you really need to go seek some type of counseling. Like you can't have a civil conversation.
Tony's best take yet.
Damn. It's
I don't disagree, honestly. Like you should be able to talk politics with someone that's on the other side. I think that should be a given. You should be able to debate these issues. I think a lot of people get tied up in it, and I don't necessarily disagree. But a lot of people get tied up because there are a lot of issues that are, you know, you're talking actual lives. You're talking like things like drones killing civilians, and these are things that have real life consequences, right? These are people dying, and it's not just a matter of political philosophy. It's like, well, part of your political philosophy is being in favor of people dying and people getting, starving and being in poverty. And I think it's difficult for some people to not to not take that into consideration when they're discussing politics.
Yeah, like Pucho, for example, right? Not even trying to shoot out Pucho right now, but if Democrat Republicans, right? If you're a Democrat or a Republican, right? For example, so if you're a Republican, Pucho's gonna look at you a certain way. He's gonna be like, ah. Like if Doughboy just starts saying that he's a Trump supporter, he's a Trump fan, Pucho's gonna be kind of not like converse as much with Doughboy anymore. You know what I mean? He said it before. Like he's gonna have a image or a judge of you. Am I saying that wrong, Pooch? Like you're not gonna, yeah. Like he's gonna be like, damn, how can you support? He's gonna say like, how can you support somebody that's just so against you? Like you know what I mean? Like he's gonna look at you like, do you even know what you're talking about? Like, do you understand like what you're saying? Like, so he's gonna question you. And then if he figures out like, you know, like you are a Trump supporter, you believe in it, he's gonna be like, okay, I might start fucking with you less. But Pucho can still have the conversation with somebody. People can't do that. And that to me is bugged out. That's the problem that I have mostly with that shit. Like,
yeah, it's not so much that by default I'm gonna just start fucking with you less. It's just that in general I like and enjoy having conversations. And I think if you come from that worldview, we're just gonna have a lot more disagreements about things. But I mean, I'm cool with the conversation. My only thing when it comes to really, I don't give a shit about anything in religion. I think as long as you cannot be disrespectful, like I don't want I like, you know, I stopped being religious like in college, like most people, really in the high school and shit. And you know, I wasn't into the whole like I'm an atheist now, I'm gonna dismantle every single belief you have about like quoting Bible script. Like I find that shit ridiculous. Like you're a fucking like you're a dick doing that shit. Like, but I feel like as long as you're not disrespectful, the whole religious thing is whatever. When it comes to politics, though, the only thing that absolutely triggers me is when people think that political beliefs mean nothing. When they're just like, it's just what, you're gonna judge me for my belief? It's like, yeah, like the things that you vote for, the people you support have impacts on the world. So if you support a guy, and I'm just using Trump as an example, right? Not even as an, but if you support somebody who has like some beliefs that have impacts on certain communities, like severe negative impacts, and you won't acknowledge, yeah, your vote is going towards that thing. That's the stuff that triggers me in those conversations. It's like you're absolutely supporting like the increased racism that's going on, those detention camps that they started building near the borders and things like that, like the people they started detaining in those places, the splitting up of families, all that type of stuff. Like you're supporting all those things. You might think that all you care about is free speech and that's like all you're voting for, but you're voting for so much more. Like, so that's really the only thing that really triggers me in those conversations. So when people don't acknowledge like what the impact of their beliefs are. But beyond that, I don't know. I think people just get too emotionally involved. Like, you know, they have their views in terms of like, they ingrain their beliefs so deep into who they are that if you challenge a belief, you're challenging their very existence. So it's this huge, like you're attacking them.
Yep.
And they have a hard time separating like, hey, if someone gives me a better idea, I could change my belief to this better idea. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But people think like if I change my view, everybody will know I was a fraud.
The world is gonna collapse. I also felt that way. Not like everybody's gonna make fun of me, but I did have the feeling like my entire being was being attacked when somebody would I did have that like feeling like I was getting attacked, like it was hurting me to hear shit like that before. But I mean, yeah, I'm still a very spiritual person. I still consider myself to be a very spiritual person, and that's fine too. You can believe in you can have spiritualism and not be religious. And I think a lot of people think that you need to have one with the other.
Do you think there's an age gap or a difference in ages or with the age of the person you're speaking to that would feel more like attacked personally, or is it doesn't matter the age?
Yes, but it depends on the topic. If they're older, they're going to feel more attacked if you're talking politics. Or if they're talking, actually, maybe both. If they're older, they're going to get more offended. In my experience, if you're talking politics and religion, the younger generation is typically only going to get offended about politics. I don't think that anyone in our age range and lower, I don't think there's as many people that really give a fuck about religion as there used to be.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna go. When it comes to age, once people get a certain age, it's almost impossible to change any belief they have. So it's almost useless to have any conversation that's in that avenue. Like basically, you're trying to present better ideas and tell them, "Hey, these are all the flaws in your thinking." Of blah blah. There's almost no way they're gonna change their view. So don't even waste your energy. You should just go into those conversations to just be interested in picking somebody's brain, and that's it. There's nothing else you're getting out of it. And then for the little guys, if you're 20, I'm gonna just call it at a cool 26. If you're 26 or lower, you have a dog shit opinion about everything you think. I don't believe anything you're saying. Like you're an idiot still. You haven't lived life. You haven't done all these things that require you to mature. So it's like, feel how you feel, have your opinions, get into your arguments. I'm not even gonna take them seriously. Like I'm gonna indulge you, but you have a dog shit view.
That's a hot take. If you're
It's a hot
26
take.
and younger,
That's my view on age. I don't know what age you get locked in, but
I'm gonna say I've got a niece that's 18, and we talked about this with Astroworld shit, where she was like, "Yeah, some people died, but whatever. Like that shit happens all the time." And Butch was absolutely right. That is a dog shit opinion, and she's under that age range, so I can't. It's a proof in his favor.
I'm just saying we were young. Like me and Doey were young and into like conspiracies, and we had all these like crazy views. As you grow up, you realize how nuts that shit is. Like the older people you talk to, and they looked at you and they were like, like this guy's like, I totally understand that view. They had the view that I have. It's like, you're a little stupid kid. Like you don't even understand what you're really thinking right now. Like I don't know. I think people get so wrapped up in their one tiny little world that they have a hard time viewing, like, how does this fit in the grand scheme of things? And they just don't. It's sad because some of these people never grow out of it. So once you're old, then you're old and dumb. But when you're like, 26, 25, and you're lower, it's like every opinion you have is just dog shit. Like there's nothing. I can't take it seriously. Like I'll like, if you're my family, I'll talk to you about it. So maybe I'll enhance the age that you're maturing, but otherwise you're hopeless.
damn. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's a hot take from Pucho right there. If you're 26 and younger, shut the fuck up.
Maybe 26 is a bit high. Let's call
26 is a little
24,
high.
24.
I'll call it 24 tops. You're 2 years out of college, maybe.
But
you're still got as stupid as you.
Just like Pucho said, I've met young people that I'm just like, nah, that's not it, bro. And I've met older people that I'm like, you are just too old and cannot evolve. You're like a dinosaur. It's like you're not gonna come back and like understand it. It's cool when you do see those like unicorns and there's like, they fucking get it. Like, all right, like you get that. Like, but you don't see those much. You see people stuck in a generation and you see people too young to learn anything. It's like almost like there's a mental block. Like,
is that the young people, they only think things to one degree. It's like you have this insane fucking thought. All you need to do is like jump 2 more hoops to see how insane this thing is. But they just stop right at step 1 where, yeah, bro. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Like just ridiculous fucking views. Like I can't. So some people are gonna die. Some people are gonna die. That's what you think. People die every day. Like,
I heard some.
Not usually like that.
8 times stomped at a concert. That's crazy.
I ran into an unfortunate situation this morning. I was talking to a friend that I know from Palm Beach, and they posted like a cry for help. Like, oh, I'm having really bad nightmares, night terrors, can't sleep. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Da, da, da. And I don't know why I got so offended. But like when I told him, like, hey, dude, like therapy and psychiatry and this shit can really fucking help you out. Like, I know that you're going through shit, and then it's kind of like he did the thing where he slapped my hand away. I don't fucking need therapy. Blah blah blah. Therapists just want they just want your money. They just want to listen to you, and they want to take your fucking money and then plan their vacation out with their wives. I'm like, isn't that what everybody does? We just want to get paid to just go on vacation. Like, isn't that what you're doing? Or get money for a fucking thing so you can enjoy yourself? I'm like, God damn, bro. Like, why are you being so cynical? And it made me so upset that I commented mad sarcastically. I'm like, yeah, oh yeah, fuck science and the countless people it's helped in the ages that it's been, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, fuck. I was like, dude, I hope you feel better. I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Some would say just let people vent on social media, maybe not comment.
I can't take it anymore. This Facebook shit has gotten to a point where I'm like, bro, people have they have no, like, you can't be embarrassed. People out there ask, and listen, I guess you need it, then do it, but just asking for money, letting you know when they got fired, constantly looking for a new job, letting you know when they got turned down from a job. I'm just like, oh, this is too much information. I don't need all of this information about your life. Like, oh, I don't even have money to take a Uber right now. Mad people, you need me to Venmo you something? You need me to Cash App you something? I'm like, damn, nigga, should I? Is this like an avenue? You just begging? I'm like, I know people need it, but it's almost become like sickening. Like, I'm just like, oh, this is too much information of just someone that I don't even talk to these people anymore.
Like, why happened? So this is, remember back, like, I don't know what episode it was, but I made a complaint. And I was like, yo, I don't understand why the fucking people just post all their BS on social media all the fucking time. These are fucking clowns. Like, that was...
My ex was gay. Miggy Michimu was gay, y'all. He's gay. I'm like, damn. Like, what? Who cares?
But it's, and then there's some people
about after the podcast. Yo, I agree with you partially, Tony. I don't care. People can share whatever they want online.
That's their personal. That's their page, right? They can
I
do
think
that.
if you say some crazy shit and I respond in turn saying, "Yo, this is some crazy shit," and then your response is, "This is my page. Get off my page." It's like, nah, bitch. You don't get to just spread all the fucking shit that you want, and then and someone comments, and now I'm the piece of shit. Fuck out of here,
Yeah,
dude.
go write. That's why they invented diaries, bitch. Like, go write that in your little book. You don't, no one has to talk to you about it.
Fucking exactly, dude. That shit. The other response that kills me is, I didn't ask for your opinion. It's like, you came onto my timeline, dude.
You did it.
I didn't go looking for you.
that's my thing, bro. Like, it's like,
Last I checked, you were on my page, Mateo.
yeah, like, it's like, bro, like, once you put it on, like, that's what I tell people all the time. Once you put it on social media, it's not your business no more. It's my business now. It's the world's business. If I tell you that I got a fucking, like Doughboy rapes animals, right? I put it on social media. It's an example, people.
Allegedly.
Put it on social media. Anybody can comment about Doe on my page. I can't stop them now because I already posted. Don't talk about my friend Doe. He doesn't touch his cat like that. And,
Allegedly.
You know what I'm gonna start doing? I'm gonna buy a bunch of those. Like, I'm gonna buy a bunch of diaries in bulk. Those little ones that have like the little shitty key that you have to open them up. And every time someone tells me I didn't ask for your opinion, I'm gonna fucking ship them a goddamn diary.
Yo. But make sure the One Up Logo podcast is on. You gotta promote. We're all here about one upping ourselves. But
Yo, if you haven't already, smash that fucking like button. Just know that you can listen to us wherever you listen to us at, okay? Just listen to us and send us to your friends.
This is
if you hold a seashell up to your ear, you can get the One Up podcast.
Some would say you could hear the ocean in a seashell, but if you tilt it at just the right angle, you could hear What Tony's sweet voice.
All day, every day.
Penis.
Wow.
There goes that deviant dough.
Deviant though.
Deviant. Ooh. Got a new AKA for the next episode.
You can't
Anyways,
drop it and then ooh it right after. Like you don't even know what you did. Like,
what do you
that's
mean? I know
unsmooth,
exactly
Tony. You
what I
gotta
did.
just rock with it. Now the world knows.
Get off my page.
Some would say.
But that's I actually like that. It was a little bit of a little deviation, but that's a good deviation there because, like, yeah, fuck all you people out there, anybody, right? You put your business on fucking social media and someone comments, don't get offended. Don't put your shit on social media. If you say, hey, I just broke up my man because he cheated on me, or I quit my job because it's too much, and that comment be like, yeah, maybe you just don't like the fucking work. Boop.